Welcome back, and let's take a look at Tableau dashboards. Now, when you start up Tableau, on the bottom here, just kind of some sample dashboards that Tableau provides. And a dashboard is, really a collection of different charts that help your user, your viewer, to understand the data a little bit better, right? So, it's a collection of chart. Now, there's this one, and there's this regional one, I guess. So, it's going to come up in a second. So, this is another dashboard, and it has, a collection of charts and stuff that you can go ahead and put in. You can go ahead and use so that you can display your data so that it is easier to understand to your user. So I'm going to come here. I'm going to close this guy and close this guy over here and make sure that my connection is done. Okay, so let's go and talk a little bit about creating a very simple dashboard. So I'm going to click here, look at my Superstore on my desktop, bring in orders. So I didn't close my connection. I'm going to close it one more time, sorry. And then I'm going to come back over here and connect up to it again. And then now I click on orders. And now it's, yeah. Okay, so here, once you do that, once you got your data in, you create, a series of charts. Now I'm going to do some, 4 very simple charts over here. I'm going to come in and I'm going to do sales, and I'm going to do by Regency. Right? I'm going to put in some color, whatever, change the color. No, I guess that's okay. Yeah. So, and then I'm going to come here and I'm going to hide the title. I don't see that. But I need to name the sheet just so that I can follow it later. Column, yeah. So that's one chart. I'll do another one, new worksheet. I'm going to do this one by region, right? Sorry, region label. And then I'm going to do, sorry, not region. I want to do a global map. So I'm going to do state, right? And I'm going to do state with colors. And I'm going to do state with sales. Yeah, state with sales label. Okay, I'm going to make it a map so I can see colors. I don't want to see the title over here. I'm going to just hide this. I don't want to see this guy either, this kind of legend over here. So I'm just going to say hide the card. So, this is what I see. And I'm going to call this, rename this guy map. So I got my first 2 that I need. I want to do a couple more. One's a title bar and one's a footer. So I come here and I'm going to call this title. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to come here and I'm going to double click and I'm going to just type in sales by state and region. Yeah, something like that, right? I'm going to select it and make it bold, make it maybe 24 pitch. I'm going to change the font if I wanted to. Whatever you want to do, I'm going to make it center. Apply, click OK. One more thing maybe you should do, see where it says standard over here, maybe make sure entire view so it can be seen. So this is my title. Now I'm going to do one more. I'm going to call this my footer. I'm going to right button click and rename this footer. And something that goes on the bottom of the page. So I'm going to come in over here. I'm going to erase this. I'm going to say data source colon, and then I'm going to put in a tag. Data source, and I'm going to say updated on colon. I'll put another tag. The data set. Yeah. Just kind of some stuff that you would normally put in the footer. I'm going to select it all. I'm going to make it 12, make it small. I'm going to make it center. Tableau light is good. I'm going to apply. I'm going to make sure that it can entire view. Now you notice it doesn't come with the data that you need on the footer. The reason why, and for footers and using tags like these tags over here, yeah, these tags over here, you can use all these tags, but the secret is that you have to kind of put in a field over here. Yeah, put in a field in there so it kind of sees something. Well, that kind of doesn't make sense if like I don't want to put this guy over here. It kind of ruins everything, right? So, but the trick is to create a calculated field. So I'm going to name mine blank. I'm going to put something inside, quote, quote, and it's going to validate my data, my calculation. Click on OK. Then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of put in a text field over here. And notice how it came up. Now, just to kind of make sure that it doesn't show up later, I'm just going to make the size to nothing and the color opacity nothing, just so that make sure I don't see anything here. So I got 4 things. So I'm going to come in over here. I'm going to click on my new dashboard. And, I'm going to go ahead and kind of do a little bit of time. I'm going to bring in my title over here. My title comes in. I'm going to bring in a new box on the side over here just because it's going to be a placeholder. So I'm going to come in over here and kind of do this over here. I'm going to make it smaller like this, right? And then I'm going to put in a horizontal bar. Now make sure it's this thin gray line. You see how there's a difference? The thin gray line or like this, that puts it on the bottom or to the right or to the left. This puts it kind of with it. So I want to kind of put in a little thin one over here so it creates this kind of area on the bottom. So come here. I'm going to do my map first. So I'm going to put in my map. Yeah. Then I'm going to drag in my column on the side over here. See how that thin gray line? Yeah. And you can go and adjust the size over here, whatever. Now I don't want to see this just yet. So it pops up. I'm just going to kind of close it. Yeah. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put it over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, I want to see a filter and I want to do a filter by region. It kind of pops it over there. And I'm going to kind of drag it and put it right on top this guy over here, right on top. You see how there's a thick gray line that kind of puts it on the side. Yeah. Like here, and again, like this, and you can and I'm going to put in one more bar on the bottom over there, and this one is going to be the footer. And I'm going to make this one smaller, so it's like this. Okay, so that's good. I thought I hid my my title. Maybe I did not. Sorry. Even here, I thought I hid my title. Maybe I did not. So it's like this, right? So it looks better. Now, this guy is a cool guy. So I'm going to click on it, and you can go ahead and say, how do I want to see a drop down list. So instead of like this, I want to see it all. Yeah. And then the other thing that you want over there is says, which apply to which worksheet. Well, I wanted to apply to both of these over here. Not only the map, but also my bar. As long as it kind of has related data, it shouldn't be a problem. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to say selected worksheets. I'm going to pick the ones I want. I want the map and a column, right? Then I click on OK. Now, when I pick the East, if I take them all, they're all gone. But if I pick the East data shows up, and then maybe I'll do the South as well, East and the South, then maybe the West, and maybe the Central, so that I have it all. If I want to take it off, I can take off one part. So, and for now, it may not necessarily all make sense, but as you start creating more dashboards, you're going to have it make more sense to your viewer, right? You have the kind of related charts next to each other, which is pretty cool. Okay, so we'll see you the next time.